Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Yeah, you obviously see I'm doing boxing and Roblox, but I'm going to be talking about the most anticipated crossover event in YouTube boxing history. Alright? Everyone looking forward to it. You know, boxing fans, YouTube boxing fans. We're going to be talking about it in this video. I'm going to be talking about going over the fights on this card, my predictions for the fights, you know, before it happened, and my thoughts on the aftermath of the fights. So, yeah, build-ups for these fights, pretty good. Definitely a really good card. You know, I was excited. Like this, I was like, this is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be crazy when these cards were revealed. So let's talk about the first fight: Astrid Wett versus Alexia Grace. It was 3 rounds. Astrid Wett got the W, and I think it was due to the knockdown that she got. But, you know, that wasn't really all that entertaining. I would have much rather preferred Paige Cakey, Tennessee Thresh, the rematch of that, because that was a very entertaining fight, and that was a controversial, you know, result, and people thought it was a draw. And it was going to happen, apparently, but Tennessee Thresh apparently hurt her hand, and she was out for like 9 weeks, so apparently that fight didn't happen. But, you know, the doctors were saying she was fine. You know, they weren't listening to her. Boom! Overhand, look at that overhand. And everyone was just saying, you know, you're fine, but she wasn't fine. She wasn't fine. She, like, what, I think she broke her hand, or she tore ligaments, I don't know. She was wearing a cast, so I don't know what happened. But I much rather would have preferred that fight. That would have been a good fight. I loved the first fight. I thought it was a good fight, entertaining. But unfortunately, we didn't get it in the Prime card, which it would have been a great fight. But, you know, it's main event worthy in my opinion. So, you know, who knows? Boom! Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt! Bam! Knocked him out. Yeah, Astrid Wett versus Alexia Grace, whatever. There was some lead up to the fight, you know. Alexia like slammed Astrid Wett down on a table, and Astrid Wett was in the hospital. Whatever. And the fight after that was, I think, SX versus DTG, or that was before the Astrid Wett fight. I didn't watch that one. I started watching it because I didn't know when it started, the prelims, but I saw the live stream on KSI's account, and I was watching when Astrid and Alexia were fighting. So SX versus DTG, I don't know who's who, so I can't say. The black guy won, I think. The black guy won. That's what I'm sorry, I have to just say, I have to refer them to the races because I don't know either of them. Boom, 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 boom. I'm putting the pressure. Look at my look at my. Oh, okay. But then after that, we get to Chase DeMoor versus Tempo Arts for a championship fight. Yeah. Now I don't know why Chase gets a title fight, right? Because Chase has not won a fight. He got a disqualification before. Oh, damn. Oh, Chase was fighting Tempo Arts, and you know, I'm not that big of a fan of Chase and his fights. I don't think he's a good boxer. I mean, every time he punches, it looks like he's doggy paddling. So, like, I'm not a fan of Chase in his fights. I don't think he's, like, a good boxer or anything. And then we get to the fight, you know, oh, God, he hit me with another overhand. I'm just letting him at this point. Bro, when is my overhand gonna come in, bro? Jesus, this is just the first round. Dude, is that one alpha? Ooh, knockout. There we go. Gone into the fight, Chase, you know, 0-3, where he has 1 draw. He lost a fight due to disqualification. He got the knockout, but then he just kept punching afterwards. So, like, somehow found a way to screw that up. So going into the fight, Chase had no wins. Last time he fought a bare knuckle boxer. So, you know, that was terrible. It was a terrible fight. Chase did not do well at all. And the guy he was facing, Tempo Arts, I don't know who he is, but he was 2-0, right? So, you know, that I was like, okay, Tempo Arts is gonna win this, no problem. So going into the fight, man, afterwards, you know, I thought Chase won it. Chase won it, and they announced it was a split decision win for Tempo Arts, and I was shocked. I thought Chase won that. I saw the fight. Chase won that round. Like he won the fight, and I can't believe I was saying this. Like Chase got robbed. That's crazy to think about because Chase is not really that good of a fighter. Ah, damn, nice dodge, man. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, crap. Help, clinch. Oh, he tried. Ah, I got it! Oh, I'm pooping on your face. Chase got robbed. I can't believe it. You know, you're thinking, oh, Chase is finally gonna get his first win, and it was at a title shot. You know, a title shot that he didn't deserve in the first place, but, you know, he clearly won that fight. No, they give it to Tempo Arts. So, you know, I don't know if he's gonna appeal that or what's gonna happen. I thought Chase won that clearly. But then we get to the next fight. Swarmz the Madman, One Punch Man versus Ed Matthews. Now, Swarmz was originally supposed to fight Ryan Taylor for a rematch because, as we all know, Swarmz defeated Ryan Taylor with one punch, which is crazy. He was the One Punch Man. Tag! You're it, bitch! But Ryan Taylor ended up getting arrested a few days before the fight. He spent 4 days in jail, I think. And, you know, Ryan Taylor was not able to fight due to... Oh, nice overhand. Was not able to fight due to the arrest. So they brought in someone, Ed Matthews, 2 days notice. Oh. Bam. Alright. I mean, I thought Swarmz was going to win this. Ed Matthews, I don't know him all that well. I mean, all I know is that he lost to Blueface in the Kingpin tournament. So, that's all I knew of him. And this was 2 days notice. So I thought, okay, Swarmz is going to win this. Alright? Swarmz has been training. Ed Matthews apparently has not been training. And he's on 2 days notice. So what could go wrong? Well, the ironic thing happened. Swarmz got hit with one punch, and that did it. That ended the fight. You know, it's very poetic, actually. So Ryan Taylor jumped Slim, gave him a permanent damage in his retina, in his eye, right? Then Swarmz gives him an orbital fracture with one punch, right? Gives Ryan Taylor an orbital fracture, and then and then Swarmz gets KO'd with one punch by Ed Matthews. So that was crazy. Swarmz went down like what, 10 seconds into the fight. Like, that was insane. Like, I was shocked. I was like, wait a minute, no, this can't be real. I was so shocked. Ed Matthews knocked him down, but the thing was that I didn't get. Ed Matthews ran straight to Swarmz to taunt him while the ref was counting him down. Right? You can't just run to someone's corner. So I feel like they should have scored the knockdown and give Swarmz time to recover. Because, like, you can't... That's distracting, first of all. And the ref didn't even continue his count correctly. He was 1 second ahead than what it was originally. It was just a weird fight. Swarmz got an ankle injury, too, when he got knocked out. He landed on his ankle weirdly, awkwardly. So, you know, just very unfortunate for Swarmz. Now, a lot of people are speculating that Ed Matthews might have been on drugs. Steroids, maybe him going at Swarmz in the corner was roid rage, some people say. Or it could have just been adrenaline or just, you know, excited in the moment. But, I don't know. Some people think he was on coke. Me personally, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they can test it out after, maybe give him a drug test afterwards. But you know, it's not the first time Misfits had like a controversy surrounding drug tests. I mean, DK Money was fighting a guy who was like on 10 times the testosterone, and you know, he ended up knocking the dude who was on steroids down, which is great, and then he got knocked out, but the dude was on steroids. But somehow DK Money didn't even get the win. They called it a no contest, even though like the person he was fighting, Verz or whatever his name was, that should have been a disqualification because he cheated. He used steroids. So I don't know why DK Money didn't have that win. Whatever. So that was it, right? That was the prelims. Those were all the fights on the prelims for free. Then we get into the pay-per-view fights. The first fight we have is the tag team match between Wassabi and Nick. Alex Wassabi and his brother NichLMAO versus Pineda and Bdave. Right? So this was gonna be, I was excited for this fight because, one, Wassabi was originally supposed to be on the first ever Misfits event. He was supposed to fight KSI. He pulled out apparently due to a concussion, and Pineda was the replacement fighter. So Alex was the reason that Pineda was on Misfits in the first place, basically. So, you know, bam! Knockout. So I was excited for this fight. I thought it would be a pretty cool fight. And also Bdave and Wassabi had some beef. People thought Wassabi was going to be the mystery opponent when, you know, because Bdave had a mystery opponent because, you know, I don't know. There's some stuff. But, you know, it was, they were teasing that. And NichLMAO fought Bdave in the Survivor tag team match. So this was just going to be a really good fight all around. They've all fought each other at one point. Bam! Knockout again. Overhand right. Oh, he's oh no. Oh no, bro. I'm gonna spread your legs, bro. This fight I'm excited for, and let me tell you, this was one of the best fights on the card. I'm just gonna say that, bro. This was an amazing fight. Every minute of it was entertaining. Oh, he tried to go for the overhand. He screwed it up. He screwed it up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah. It looks like he's doing the WAP dance. Make it that's a, oh whoa, what was he doing there, bro? He was like gobble on these nuts. Wait, no. Excited for it. Wassabi, Bdave, NichLMAO, Pineda, all this, whatever. So when watching the fight, amazing fight. Definitely the top 3 on the card. Like definitely like one of the top 3 best on the card. For sure. Like without a doubt. It was that good. So it was getting good. Wassabi ended up knocking down Pineda, and Wassabi actually taunted Pineda. Like he was yelling in his face while he was down. And I was so surprised by that because Alex is like such a nice guy. Like on YouTube, and like his whole personality, his persona, I guess, is just him being nice. And I say persona because obviously I don't know the dude in real life, and I don't know what he's like off camera. So I'm saying persona, like that's what he's portrayed to be. A very nice guy, and like not dislikable, not a trash talker. So when I saw him trash talking Pineda, I was like, whoa, this is pretty out of character for Alex. But obviously when you're in the boxing ring, it's a bit different. You know, you're fighting, you're caught up in the moment. You're a completely different person when you're in the ring. So, you know, I get it. But I was surprised that Wassabi even knocked down Pineda. It shows improvements, too, because I didn't expect that from Wassabi. Wassabi definitely looked good that fight. Then in the same first round, this was a 3-round fight, by the way. In the same round, Bdave ended up knocking down Wassabi. Wassabi claims that it was a slip. The announcer said it was a slip, but they scored it a knockdown. So it was a very even round, right? And it was getting good. Then in the second round, Bdave ended up tackling, or Wassabi, they got into like a really wrestling. It was like a wrestling move. Bdave, basically, Wassabi fell over and Wassabi got injured in his teeth because Bdave landed on him. I mean, it wasn't intentional or anything. Wassabi was clinching and holding on for dear life after Bdave was like going for broke, just swinging wildly and rampantly. So, you know, but I don't think it was a knockdown. I think Wassabi was just clinching and then he just fell. You know, I don't think it was a knockdown, but, you know, NichLMAO and Pineda, they didn't get any knockdowns, but they did pretty good in the fight when they were fighting. And at the end of the fight, it was a draw. It was a draw. So, I feel like that's the right decision, to be honest. I thought the Wassabi team won, or like watching it, but I can see why it was called a draw. And honestly, these guys are just jumping this one dude over. They're fighting over his dead body. I get it. It's like a happy ending too, because they both get the belt. So both teams get the belt. It's a happy ending. Woohoo! Hip hip hooray! I'm so gay. No, wait, that doesn't make no. The next fight was Whindersson Nunes versus my mate Nate. Now these two fighting, they fought. These two both lost to King Kenny, who's also on the card, by the way. They both lost to King Kenny on the Kingpin tournament. Oh, you know, I wish that could have still gone on because that was very entertaining. But you know, just controversy and Kingpin's bankrupt, whatever. But yeah, they're both fighting after they both lost to King Kenny, and I didn't really watch most of the fight. Whindersson Nunes, I noticed he was really good with the body shots. Like every body shot he would swing, he would land. So yeah, but at the end of the fight, Nunes lost. So yeah, Nate won. I don't know if Nate's gonna get the rematch with Kenny if he wants it, but who knows. Then the next fight, King Kenny versus Anthony Taylor. Now, this fight, I had no, like, prediction. Like, I thought it was a pretty even fight, like, thinking about it, because Anthony Taylor had just beaten Salt Papi. He's gone the distance with true boxers and fighters. He went the distance with Idris Virgo. He went the distance with Tommy Fury. So, you know, he beat Salt Papi when everyone doubted him, me included. I thought Salt Papi was going to win that fight. So, you know, this fight, and then King Kenny dominated. His performance against Whindersson Nunes was probably the best out of any influencer boxer fight ever. To be honest, like that, like his fight against Nunes was like probably one of the best from any influencer boxer. So, you know, this was an even fight for me, in my opinion. Like, I had no prediction. I was not leaning towards one way or another. I just thought this was going to be an even fight. So going into the fight, it was mainly just, it was boring. It was pretty boring, to be honest. Yeah, it just was. I mean, the whole entire time it was just them clinching each other. Now, Anthony Taylor's known for clinching, right? He did that with the Salt Papi fight, and a lot of people discredit Taylor for doing that. Like, you know, he should be proud of beating Salt Papi. He just clinched him the entire time. But clinching is part of the sport. And by the way, people are forgetting, Taylor wanted 4 rounds. That was a 3-round fight. Salt Papi wanted 3 rounds. It was a 3-round fight. Anthony Taylor wanted 4 rounds. So who knows what could have happened in that 4th round had Salt Papi agreed. And Salt Papi even regrets doing just 3 rounds. And Taylor clearly won that fight, and it wasn't like excessive clinching. They clinched whenever they got in, like just close to each other. Whenever they were far away, Anthony would try to land shots and just back up. He clinched when necessary, but whatever. But this fight was just pretty boring, in my opinion. Kenny didn't really do anything. Kenny was kind of like, I guess he just didn't know what to do with Anthony Taylor's game plan, because Anthony Taylor would just continually clinch and not let Kenny throw anything. Like, Anthony Taylor would come inside, hit Kenny with a few punches, and then clinch him so Kenny could not throw any combos. Smart strategy by Taylor, to be honest, because he probably saw Kenny's fight against Whindersson Nunes. Kenny's the taller fighter, he has the longer reach. So, you know, a lot of people thought Kenny was going to win this fight too. But yeah, eventually, it was just a clinch fest. And Kenny actually got deducted a point for clinching. Taylor was the one who was clinching the entire time mostly, but Kenny got deducted a point because he was, you know, every time Anthony tried to break out of the clinch, Kenny would hook his arms basically, and it would not let Taylor go. He would just hook his arms. So they took away a point from Kenny, and by that point I knew, like, okay, yeah, Taylor's won that one. And Kenny didn't really throw any punches, to be honest. Like, it wasn't that exciting. It was kind of like his fight against Ashley Roxu. Like Kenny has so much potential to be one of the best fighters in this YouTube boxing scene. Like, he showed that when he fought Nunes, right? And like, he just keeps holding back. He keeps holding back. I mean, I can't really blame him because he couldn't really throw anything. But I mean, you have the longer reach. Try to throw punches while you're a bit far from him. Because when you guys are getting in close, he's gonna clinch. So, you know, he just didn't throw anything. Taylor won the fight. And, you know, props to Taylor, I guess. You know, he's a true fighter. And then we get to one of the other best cards on this. One of the top 3 on this card. DeenTheGreat versus Walid Shark's rematch. So I was excited when this was announced on the Prime card. A lot of people thought this was going to be not on the Prime card and it was just going to be its own main event. But it was on the Prime card, and it was a rematch because the first one was controversial because Walid knocked down Deen 3 times, and Deen knocked down Walid, but Walid got, I guess, counted out, even though he turned his back basically to the ref, and that's a big no-no when you're fighting. So the ref waved it off, and Walid was like confused because, you know, he was winning the fight and he got up. So I guess it was just like a, oh shoot, I just jumped into a tag team. So this fight was highly anticipated. A lot of people thought Walid was going to win this rematch. My prediction, I was thinking Walid, if they were ever going to do a rematch, I was thinking Walid would win. But then, you know, they did a tag team together, and seeing Walid's like newest fights, like before the Deen rematch. Oh shoot, it's only up to me now, I think. Alright. Oh, okay. Boom! Boom, 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 boom. This was a good anticipated fight. But, you know, Walid's fights before, like, when he fought Pop, right, it was, I mean, Walid looked good. He didn't look like he was losing a single breath, right? But, I mean, the dude was swinging recklessly. But, I mean, obviously he didn't have to try. Oh, Jesus Christ, bro. Ah! Bam, 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 bam. Clinch! Lynching! And then I saw his tag team with DeenTheGreat, and Walid was throwing like crazy, and he's throwing a bit wild, so... And I felt like Deen did way better in the tag team than Walid did. So I was thinking, okay, maybe this, if they do the rematch, it could be an even fight. But I still had, like, my hopes for Walid, to be honest. I just took 2 people at once, bro. Wait, pause. In a boxing match. I'm healing. Yeah. Ah, crap. Oh, no. Oh! He's knocked down. I gotta knock him out first. Yes! Oh, yeah, I'm Beyblading spin jutsu right on your face. So then the rematch happens, right? Walid already wobbled Deen with the first few punches. And, oh, jeez, what am I doing? So Walid won the first round, in my opinion. Then the second round comes, and then Deen knocks down Walid twice. knocks down Walid twice. We get into the third round. It's basically trading punches. Some people said it was a draw, but in my opinion, I think Dean won that round. Then we get to the fourth round. Dean won that round, in my opinion. Then we get to the fifth round, right? In the fifth round, Walid, in my opinion, won that. And I think Dean got knocked down twice. One time, Walid was putting, I guess, clinching with Dean, and then Dean just kneeled for no reason. It's not like Walid pushed him down. Dean just full-on kneeled, like he took a break. So that should have just been counted as a knockdown, in my opinion. Then the final round, Walid was dominating that round. Walid was literally, I don't know how Dean was taking those punches, bro. Dude, these two fighters, bro, they have chins, bro. Like, Jesus, man. The fact that Dean did not go down once. If Walid had gotten one knockdown, I think this fight might have been a draw. But because Dean didn't get knocked down once and he somehow survived, you know, it's crazy. And Dean, there was one point where Dean was clinching to Walid, holding on for dear life, and then Dean just like fell out of the ring, like, and he laid there to stall time. And the ref should have called time when he fell out of the ring. He should have called time, or he should have given him a knockdown, because it's not like Walid threw him out of the ring. He just literally, he fell himself. It wasn't like a slip. He literally just dove into the ring, out of the ring. I feel like they should have either called a time, because because Dean was stalling. He took like 15 seconds off the clock, and it was getting down to the end. Walid was dominating that round. Dean ended up winning the fight, you know, and a lot of people want a third fight, a trilogy. Honestly, I don't know if it's going to happen, to be honest, because if Walid had won the rematch, then yeah, that would definitely make a trilogy, but Dean won the second one, and, you know, it's crazy to think that, because everyone thought Walid was going to win the rematch, myself included, and because, you know, because of how Walid dominated the first fight. But credit to both of them, bro, because, like, that was crazy. They both took some really good shots, and, like, the fact that they both, like, didn't get knocked out is just crazy. Like, Dean at one point, Dean knocked out Walid's mouthpiece twice, and Walid ate that. He did not, like, at one point he complained to the ref about his mouthpiece coming out, but, you know, he took that like he was nothing. His mouthpiece came out, and Dean was taking these shots to the chin. He was wobbling, but he still somehow managed to stay up. It was a crazy fight. I definitely would be down to see a third fight. Like, this is just crazy. So then we get to the third to last fight before the co-main event. We got Salt Papi versus Slim. Now, there was a lot of build up to this fight. Now, there was rumors back then. A lot of people were saying that Slim was ducking Salt Papi during the negotiations because Slim apparently thought he was worth more than what they were offering him for the fight. And Keemstar, the owner of, like, Happy Punch, gave him an ultimatum, like, we'll give you 3 hours to accept this fight with Salt Papi, or else if you don't accept it, you're ducking. And Slim didn't accept it in 3 hours, and, you know, KSI said that Slim ducked Salt Papi and everything like that, and, you know, there was rumors that Slim was going to be fighting on Tyson Fury versus Francis undercard, or that he was going to be signing with Jake Paul's brand, MVP, Most Valuable Promotions. So there was a lot of rumors going on, but then at the Misfits card where Idris Virgo fought Aaron Chalmers, Slim and Salt Papi get in the ring, and Slim signs the contract to fight Salt Papi. So the fight was official, and yeah, it was a so there was a lot of build up to the fight. A lot of people, I didn't have a prediction, right? I didn't know who was gonna win. I was kind of leaning towards Salt Papi, but I didn't know, because Slim was undefeated, right? Undefeated. Salt Papi, he's more of a knockout artist. Salt Papi's more of the favorite but he lost to Anthony Taylor. So it was kind of like an even, like, I didn't know which way to lean towards. So the first 2 rounds, Salt Papi clearly won. He was dominating those rounds. Slim looked tired, looked like he was gassing, he kept clinching. Then the 3rd round, Slim, I think, took that round at the end. He took that round, and because of the significant shots he was throwing near the end of the round. Then we get to the 4th round. The 4th round, oh my god. Like, I did not expect what had happened. So, Slim was hitting Salt Papi. Salt Papi was taunting Slim, and then Slim knocked him down, right? He knocked him down onto the canvas, flat on his back. Salt Papi ended up getting up, and then Slim then just kept punching him. Salt Papi was not throwing punches back. He was defenseless. Slim kept landing, and then the ref waved off the fight. Salt Papi was knocked out. It was a TKO win for Slim, and yeah, my god, man, how unexpected that was. I did not expect Salt Papi to get knocked out, because Salt Papi's known for knocking out people. I know Slim is too, but Slim's last fight was against Tom Zanetti, and that went the distance, and Tom Zanetti put up a good fight. But, you know, and like, that was controversial, I guess, but I did not expect that. So Slim has shown that he is more than what Misfits offered him. Like, he's proved his worth. He's proved his worth, and he deserves that KSI fight, because the KSI and Slim should have fought in January. They should have fought in January, you know, when Dillon Danis pulled out. He should have fought either Slim or Joe Fournier, right? Because Joe Fournier's opponent pulled out, KSI's opponent pulled out. KSI picked FaZe Temper to fight, even though Slim had already knocked him out Slim knocked him out on 2 weeks' notice. So, like, it doesn't make sense for him to pick Temper. Temper was supposed to fight the mystery opponent, who was revealed to be Pineda. That would have been a good fight. I feel like they should have given Temper the mystery opponent. Bdave should have fought Joe Fournier, right? Or Joe Fournier should have fought Woodley or whatever. Bdave, I don't know who Bdave could have fought. Maybe Wassabi. Bdave could have fought Wassabi, and KSI should have fought Slim. Right? That should have how it had been. But Slim, for some reason, he didn't get that fight. He chose to fight Temper, who Slim knocked out on 2 weeks' notice. So, didn't make sense to me, but Slim clearly deserves that KSI fight now, after what he did to Salt Papi. Like, Jesus, man, I did not expect that. That's crazy. Slim has shown he's proven his worth. All those people he proved wrong. People said he was ducking Salt Papi, and like, yeah, what a great fight, bro. Definitely one of the best fights on the card, for sure. Definitely in top 3. So then we get to the co-main event, the long-awaited fight, Logan Paul versus Dillon Danis. Now, my predictions for this fight, I thought Logan was going to win. There was a lot of build-up to the fight, because Dillon was attacking Logan on Twitter, attacking his fiancée, I guess, and shaming her for her past stuff with guys when she was doing her modeling career or whatever. She was with a lot of celebrities, but Dillon garnered a fan base because of it. He was promoting the fight very well. There was a lot of build up to the fight. 2 scammers fighting. I wanted this fight to end in a double KO. I even commented that on the face-off. I wanted it to end in a double KO. That would have been great. That would have been great. 2 scammers knocking out each other. That would have been great. But, that just didn't happen, unfortunately. It was a pretty boring fight. Well, I wouldn't say boring. It was a bit entertaining. Dillon Danis basically did what Nate Diaz did to Jake Paul. He just pulled a Nate Diaz, basically. He was there for the paycheck. He was not there to box. He was just there for the paycheck. But the thing is, with Nate Diaz, he actually put up a fight. Nate Diaz actually put up a fight against Jake Paul, and he ended up winning, like, the last 3 rounds. Like, in that fight, I think I had Nate winning 4 rounds, and Jake won 6. So, but Dillon Danis, he didn't win any rounds. At most, he won one. But Dillon was basically just blocking and taunting Logan. He did have some punches there and then, but like just swinging power punches. That was about it. And you know, Logan. I guess Dillon's game plan here was to, like, I guess if he goes to Twitter, I guess he's trying to give Logan like yeah, you might, because he knew he wasn't gonna win the fight in a boxing match, and so he's like, he showed up, and you know, they agreed to an MMA fight if Dillon shows up to the fight. Mike Perry was apparently the replacement fighter. That's the thing. I feel bad for Mike Perry though. At first I thought Hasim Rahman was supposed to be the backup fighter for Logan Paul. That's what it said. That's what Happy Punch said and other sources said. But apparently Mike Perry just came in and was the backup fighter for Logan Paul. I feel bad for Mike Perry though, because Mike Perry, he was the backup fighter for fights and fighters who, like, you know, kept pulling out. He was the backup fighter for the Jake Paul versus Tommy fight in case Tommy pulled out of the fight, because Tommy had pulled out of the Jake Paul fight twice. So, you know, a lot of people were expecting him to pull out again, and Mike Perry could have been the replacement fighter. But, you know, Tommy showed up and he beat Jake Paul. And so then in this this fight, a lot of people thought Dillon wasn't going to show up because he didn't show up to the KSI fight. And he's known for pulling out. He hasn't fought in years. So Mike Perry was a replacement fighter, and people thought he was going to be the replacement fighter and he was actually going to fight. But nope, Dillon showed up. I think what would have been cooler and more funnier is if Dillon, after like a few rounds, he just walks out of the ring, right? He goes to like the entrance part of the ring, and he tags in Mike Perry. Mike Perry walks in, and then him and Logan Paul box. And that's all Dillon had to do. And then Dillon just wins by tagging in Mike Perry. But that didn't happen, unfortunately. That would have been cool, though. But, yeah, Logan and Dillon just, I guess Dillon's game plan was, like, to, I guess, win by saying, like, you know, on Twitter, like, you didn't knock me out, or you didn't knock me down, and this is not a win you should be proud of. Like, I guess that's what he was trying to do, because he won via disqualification, and Dillon wasn't really trying, and I guess he was trying to make it seem like, you know, because he knew he wasn't going to win this fight, so he wanted to make Logan's win look bad as possible, to not give him any credit for this fight. So, yeah, Dillon at multiple points, I mean, for this prediction, I didn't think Dillon was going to win, alright? But he was definitely promoting the fight the best out of everyone on this card. But you know, he's not known for his boxing. Like, he's never had a boxing fight. When he was doing MMA, he was not known for striking. He was known for his grappling and jiu-jitsu. He's a four-time jiu-jitsu world champion, but he never had any experience. I don't even think he threw a strike in an MMA fight. Like, yeah, whatever. But so that fight wasn't really Dillon, at the end of the fight, Danis tried to take down Logan Paul via guillotine, and he didn't. It was unsuccessful, and Logan Paul tried to hit him while he was down. Then the whole security gets into the ring. It was chaos. It was entertaining, at least, but obviously, you know, wasn't as fight-wise. Yeah, Logan was clearly winning, but Dillon just wanted to make him look as bad as possible, I guess, in terms of, you know, because he couldn't win. We get to the main fight, the fight we've all been waiting for, KSI versus Tommy Fury. A fight we've been waiting for, the build-up to this fight, the trash talk. You know, Tommy Fury was, you know, destroyed KSI in that face-to-face. KSI got Tommy Fury with like 2 points during that face-to-face when he mentioned Vidal Riley, him ducking Vidal Riley, and him complaining about the weight. But you know, Tommy was basically like, he's a great trash talker. He's been in the fight game his whole life, so he knows this. He's already fought Jake Paul. He beat Jake Paul. So this was going to be a great fight. Great fight. So exciting. I was excited. I predicted Tommy Fury was gonna win because I don't even think KSI beats Jake Paul, to be honest. And Tommy dominated Jake Paul, so you know, I just didn't see KSI winning this fight. So getting into the fight, round one, Tommy Fury. It was just a disappointing fight overall, to be honest, man. That fight was so bad. Look, dude, it was the worst fight on the card, and it was the main event. It was the main event, and it was their worst fight on the card. Might have been worse than Astrid Wett's fight. More boring than King Kenny versus Anthony Taylor. Like that's how bad it was. It was just a bad fight. Oh, he knocked me. Oh, he knocked me down. Bam! Ah. Oh, you thought you had me, bro. Yeah, like, dude, I watched this fight for free, and I still want a refund. I watched this fight illegally, and I still want a refund, bro. You know what sucks? Is that I could have fought on the Prime card, bro. Like, FoxtheG. FoxtheG, man. Oh, he pulled out. FoxtheG, man. Like, I said I was down to fight FoxtheG on the Prime card, and because FoxtheG, man, he apparently had a few opponents that pulled out or like just didn't end up getting the fight on the Prime card. At first he was supposed to fight Evil Hero. I don't know if Evil Hero pulled out or he got injured or whatever. I don't know what happened behind the scenes during the negotiations. Then, you know, it was rumored that he was gonna fight Korn, and Korn, you know, called FoxtheG out after he beat Unber in the rematch, whatever. I don't care. He was, you know, that would have been a good fight, I guess, for Fox, because it's his first fight. But then, he was talking trash about Adam Saleh, and, apparently him and Adam Saleh were gonna fight. Saleh was down to fight. Fox was down to fight, but then Fox's team, he didn't notify his own team for when he accepted the fight with Adam, when he said he was down to fight him. So his team said it wasn't a good idea for his first fight, and Fox just ducked Adam. Fox ducked Adam Saleh, and yeah, because he thinks that that his fight with Adam Saleh should be main event worthy. Look, Fox, you're not main event worthy. You haven't fought, right? You haven't fought, man. You haven't fought on Misfits. We don't know what you're capable of when it comes to fighting. So, like, you might as well, even if you lose this fight, you should have taken it. It was the biggest opportunity of your life. This was the biggest crossover boxing card in boxing, you know? So, filled with great undercards. Would have been a great fight. And, you know, your first fight, even if you lost, people would understand. You had just turned 18. You have so many excuses, right? But you didn't take the fight. And you didn't take the fight, Fox. You ducked, right? And I was down to fight him, alright? I was down to fight. I was like, yo, Fox, you could fight me on the Prime card. I'm down to fight you on the Prime card. Mind you, bro. Like, I'm 17. They probably wouldn't have allowed it anyways because I'm 17 years old. You have to be 18 to fight on Misfits, I think. We're 1 year apart, though. Fox just turned 18. I'm 17, turning 18 in May. So, like, you know, this could have been a great, you know, Fox is an amateur boxer. He's fought amateur fights, right? But, you know, I feel like I could have put up a good fight against Fox. You know, I mean, look how good I am at Roblox boxing. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Bro, dude, crazy. But, you know, whatever. You know, Fox is never going to fight me. You know, we're never going to fight, man. This was his only opportunity to fight me on the Prime card. You know, he ducked Adam Saleh. He could have fought me. You know, because, like, first of all, I also have no pro boxing fights. So, and I have no amateur fights. Only thing I've done is, you know, hit pads. That's about it. So if I could have been that easy fight he could have fought. And, you know, whatever, bro. Whatever, Fox. Whatever. It's not like Fox doesn't know who I am. We've talked in DMs before, bro. He ducked the almighty Korn, and he noticed that, alright? So he's a duck. He officially ducked me. FoxtheG has ducked me, guys. He's ducked me, and he's to me. Alright, like, he's done both of those things at the same time, which I didn't know was possible. But anyways, we get into the KSI Tommy Fury fight. A lot of build up to this fight. KSI wants to prove that he's better than Jake Paul by beating Tommy Fury and then fighting Conor McGregor. So, yeah, because, you know, Tommy beat Jake Paul, and Jake wanted to fight Conor McGregor for a while, and, you know, Jake offered him $50 million. So, yeah, that's why KSI just wants to destroy Jake Paul's legacy if he can't get the fight with Jake Paul. But into this fight, first round, you know, it's just clinching. KSI threw a nice overhand right, which set the tone for the round. But Tommy Fury was fighting pretty dirty this entire fight, though. Tommy Fury kept hitting KSI in the back of the head when they were in the clinch. Tommy would just keep tapping KSI in the back of the head. He did it two times in a row once while in the clinch, and KSI was, you know, pretty hurt from it. So, you know, back of the head shots are no joke, man. They're no joke. You know, we all know what happened to Pritchard Colon after, you know, rabid punches to the back of the head. So, you know, you don't want to see that in boxing. You don't want to see that. Obviously, KSI has done it too before. He's done it to Fournier twice. He's done it to Pineda a couple times, but mostly it was Pineda's fault. But KSI did catch Pineda in the back of the head a few times. He hit Logan Paul in the back of the head a few times. You know, he's done it a few times. But he didn't do it in the Tommy Fury fight. Well, he did it once, I think. But a lot of them weren't intentional when he was hitting him in the back of the head. Tommy, on the other hand, though, was doing it on purpose. But, yeah, they didn't deduct a point from him, though. But, yeah, it was mostly just KSI was fighting, punching, and then clinching when Tommy was about to throw something. Then the second round, I don't know what it was, but Tommy hit KSI in the back of the head again, and it was pretty obvious. So the ref finally took away a point from him, and that, in my opinion, gave KSI the round. So KSI was basically up 2-0. 2-0. And it was not looking good because this was a 6-round fight. Tommy wanted 8 rounds, KSI wanted 6. And it was a 6-round fight. KSI is already up 2-0. Jake Paul, at best, won 2 rounds against Tommy Fury, the 3rd and the 8th, when they fought. And KSI has already won 2 rounds against Tommy. So there's still 4 more rounds. And the 3rd round, I think Tommy won it. But the entire time, watching Tommy fight, it was so frustrating, bro. So frustrating, because I kept saying, like, KSI, every time Tommy threw, like, a left hook, KSI would duck and clinch Tommy. Every time. It was like every time Tommy threw a left hook, KSI ducked and clinched him. So I kept yelling at Tommy through the screen, the TV screen, while me and my parents were watching the fight. Like, Tommy, hit him with an uppercut. Just hit him with an uppercut. Hit him with an uppercut. Feint with the left hook, and hit him with a right uppercut. I kept yelling, dude, use the uppercut! Use the uppercut! And he just never did. The entire fight, he never threw that uppercut. And it was just, like, it's crazy. Because Tommy Fury, he's knocked someone out with an uppercut before. And he got Jake Paul with an uppercut once, and it was a pretty good one. He's got a really good uppercut, and he did not use it this entire fight. This fight was boring, bro. This fight was boring. So Tommy won the 3rd round. He won the 4th, the 5th. Yeah, it was just clinching the entire time. Every time KSI hit Tommy Fury and Tommy would hit back, KSI would immediately clinch him, and, you know, they just box. It was basically a clinch fest at this point. And it was so frustrating to see, because usually KSI is not the one to clinch. When he's fighting people, they're the ones who clinch onto him. Temper was clinching onto him whenever KSI would get wild. Logan would clinch onto him. You know, everyone would clinch onto KSI whenever they fight him. But, you know, it was so weird to see, you know, KSI being the one to be desperately clinching during these fights. You know? So it was pretty wild to see. And it was pretty annoying too, because KSI is usually this wild, explosive fighter who's swinging and, whatever, and just doesn't care if he gets hit. But he just kept clinching. His game plan was to survive the entire time. His game plan, at first probably, was to win, but then after the third round or fourth round, he probably realized, I'm probably not going to win, so I'm just going to continue to clinch. So, yeah, Tommy won the 5th round, the 4th, the 3rd, the 5th. It's 3-2, right? Then the 5th round, it's just, I don't know. I don't know who won it. No one got like a knockdown or anything. No one was knocked down. No point was deducted. So it could have been a draw. My mom predicted that this was going to be a draw before the fight happened. Me and my dad thought that Tommy was going to win. We thought Tommy was going to get the knockout, but, didn't happen. So at the end, the decision was majority decision. One judge voted it for a draw. The other 2 voted it for Tommy Fury winning. So Tommy Fury won the fight against KSI. Now, a lot of people are saying KSI was robbed because, obviously it could have been a draw and Tommy had a point deducted, and, that, like, KSI should have won by 1 point, if anything. But, like, at this point, it was such a boring fight. And to be honest, it's a draw at most, to be honest. At most. I don't think KSI won the fight, to be honest. Like, I don't think KSI won the fight. It's a draw at most. He's going to appeal it, and if anything, I think the appeal just gives him a draw. If it just go the other way, I don't think it's gonna, like, I don't think it's gonna be overturned. But it was such a boring and disappointing fight. The worst fight on the card. It was the worst fight on the card, and it was the main event. It was the main event, and it was the worst on the card. It was so bad, bro. It was terrible. But, yeah, that's basically it. People think KSI was robbed. I don't know about that. This was gonna... It was just a boring fight, bro. It was just clinching and hugging the entire time. And it was me just yelling at the TV, telling Tom, throw an uppercut. Throw an uppercut. It was just so boring. Like, okay, this is lagging. Lag, it's lagging. You see this? It is lagging. But why was I knocked out? It was lagging. See how laggy that was, bro? Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Get slumped, bro. So KSI's looking to appeal. I don't know what's gonna happen. People think KSI was robbed. If anything, this sets up the Jake Paul and KSI fight even more, because, like, they both lost to Tommy, and there's still debate on who's better. If KSI had beaten Tommy and was announced the winner, they probably would have, people would have said KSI's better, and there would be no debate, and there would be no point for the Jake Paul fight. But, obviously he lost to Tommy now. It's announced that he lost to Tommy. I don't think the appeal is going to be gone the other way. So, it sets up the Jake Paul fight more. But people can still debate if Jake is better or KSI is better, because Jake got the knockdown on Tommy. There was no knockdown with the KSI fight. KSI didn't knock down Tommy. Tommy didn't knock down KSI. Jake Paul knocked down Tommy Fury. KSI wanted 6 rounds. Jake Paul wanted 8. Tommy wanted 8. And Jake Paul and Tommy's fight was 8 rounds. Like, if this was, 8 rounds, who knows what would have happened. Maybe KSI would have survived, and most likely won if, he kept the game plan, just clinch and just punch and clinch and clinch. But at the end of the day, who knows, right? Who knows? He wanted 6 rounds, Tommy wanted 8. So, you can debate who's better, who's worse, but it sets up the Jake and KSI fight more, and I feel like that should happen next. Like, that should happen, Jake versus KSI. So, yeah, that could happen. And then KSI should fight Slim, because Slim deserves it. I know Jarvis wants that Slim fight, because they both beat Tom Zanetti, but I feel like Slim wins that easily. Slim wins the Jarvis fight. I know Jarvis trained with Mayweather, but, I mean, he couldn't even beat a Nissan Gib in the Kingpin tournament, and Slim's just got every advantage, bro. Like, I don't even think Jarvis could beat Salt Papi, to be honest. Like, yeah, my opinion. But, yeah, the Jake and KSI fight set up. You know, Logan obviously wants to fight Tommy. And I think Jake and KSI should fight, and whoever wins that fight should get the Tommy rematch. And if Tommy beats that person again, Logan should fight Tommy, because, you know, Logan can avenge his brother and his business partner. So, you know, that would be cool. It's like a whole storyline, basically. But, yeah. That's basically it. Long video, I know. It's probably going to add up to, like, what, 30, 40 minutes? I don't know. I try to talk as fast as I could while boxing in Roblox. But, yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. The Prime card, man. The Prime card. You know, yeah. You know, what an event. The undercards were great. Definitely were the best part of the fights. The prelims were alright. And the main event sucked. Terrible. Worst one. But, yeah, I'm just gonna end it.